You ever wonder what it's like to make it to this stage? A professional boxer? We all see the ring walks, the packed arenas, the bright lights, the championship titles, the post-match interviews, the knocked out shots. But what does it take to make it to that stage and dominate at that level? And we know boxers are doing the road work, the bag work, hitting the mitts. They're doing all that. But what's their strength and conditioning program look like? What are they doing inside the weight room? And more importantly, what should they be doing inside the weight room? And that's what we're going to go over today. We're building fight-changing power for professional boxers with Alex and Kamar Bray. And both these young men are undefeated in the professional ranks at the welterweight and super welterweight weight classes. They got a bright future. They're out of Melbourne, Florida, and all they know is hard work. And they came to the 8th Street Gym because they know that's where elite athletes train. We do it a little different here in the 8th Street Gym. We're going to break down their 2-day boxing performance program right here, right now. Let's get into it. And the first thing we're doing is we got to get our prep work in. On the upper body emphasis day, we took care of our upper back, our shoulders. This is arm care routine. We got 2 great exercises: band resisted T-spine rotation and long loop resisted internal rotation wing flap. So you see here, we're going to get that good internal IR stretch with the shoulder and then scap retract back. Love this exercise. Got this from the man, Joe DeFranco. Anytime you're doing bench press, man, you got to hit this exercise. 2 rounds, 10 to 12 reps. And then our band resisted T-spine rotation. Love this one as well. This is going to get us to rotate that T-spine, but also add a little resistance to it. Our other exercises, we got 1 arm, external rotation, using the Vultra here. So we got that eccentric control on the way back. We're trying to fight that resistance, keeping that elbow in tight. And I'm driving out almost in like a diagonal action. Pairing that with inverted face pulls, using a foam roller to be placed right underneath my back. That's going to allow me to open my chest up, and I'm pulling that band right towards my forehead, almost in that external rotation. So I'm getting a lot of ER. And then on our lower body emphasis day, we got hip internal rotation. So I'm squeezing that med ball with my knees as I drive one leg out. Man, this is harder than it looks. I'm telling you, this is the forgotten hip mobility exercise. Hip internal rotation, med ball squeeze. And we're pairing that with our rotational hip extensions. Man, these are great for any type of fighters, any throwers, any baseball players out there. Look at that load. And I'm extending through that hip as I rotate. You talk about teaching fight-changing power. This hooked up to the Vultra with the What's That strap, man, it really helps the athletes feel them loading that hip and then getting into that rotational extension. This was awesome. These guys loved it. The Vultra is just so cool because you can load on the way back and you can drive through. Awesome exercise. And you know we got to get that network in as pro fighters. Football, boxing, contact sport, professional wrestling. Get yourself an iron neck. Right here, we're working on some figure 8s. I love the iron neck because it allows for that 360-degree resistance. So you see here, this is a great shot at iron neck figure 8s. All right, I'm following my eyes, making like a bow tie action with my eyes. Great for that 360-degree free motion of the neck that you don't really get with traditional neck exercises, kind of like this one right here, using a weighted sandbag and a sand dune. This is your traditional 4-way neck resistance work. Both are great. I just love pairing it with the iron neck because I feel like the iron neck fills some gaps that traditional neck exercises don't really do. All right, after our neck work, we're feeling pretty good, right? So you see the guys kind of getting their shots in. That's when you know it's time to start moving some weight. And this is what we got. We got contrast training. So on our lower emphasis day, we had Hatfield slow eccentric squats, about 3 to 5 reps. Man, I love these squats because it just helps athletes stay upright. Man, these guys aren't professional lifters. They're professional boxers. So we don't have to teach them all the technicalities of a back squat. Let's just get them in that thing and go and put them in safe positions. And they're getting all the way down. Look at that. Hey, hamstrings touching the calf. That's where the money's at. They're slow and controlled, and then they're driving out of the hole with intent. All right, we're pairing this squat with a rotational box jump. Check this out. I'm going to show these guys why this rotational box jump is so important. It's like throwing that shot. All right, I'm slamming the med ball down. It's a 30-pound med ball or slam ball, and then I'm bam, rotating up and onto the box in that 90-degree turn. So it really allows them to feel loading into the ground, just like I got to do with a big shot, a big power shot, and then bam, jump through. All right, so this is what fight-changing power looks like. All right, it's not just random exercises. We're taking the strength from the squats and we're teaching them how to load it with the rotational box jump. Right here, great shot at the squats. They're getting great depth. Man, they're crushing it. They're getting after it. They love this type of training because it's joint friendly and it's safe. And they feel it. They feel what they got to do inside that ring when they use this lower body strength. Here is a good shot. Bam, I load that, jump, boom, jump through. Awesome, awesome contrast pairing. As soon as they're done with the squats, they're hitting this rotational box jump. About 3 to 5 on the squats, about 2 each way on the box jumps. And then our upper body emphasis, we're doing the same thing, but we're going bench press with rotational med ball throw. Same idea on the bench press. We got a neutral grip bar, friendly on their shoulders, all right, joint friendly exercises. That's the name of the game. Nice and controlled down, about 3 to 6 reps here. Really good shot at it. Elbows in a good position. Upper back is puffed to the ceiling. Shoulder blades are back. Good control. And the intent up is where we want it. That's fighter intent right there. Bam. And then I'm doing this reactive med ball toss. So they got to catch it and load. Boom. Waste no time. Shoot that thing to the wall. Med balls are a great way to produce power because I can just be unbridled with that thing. Bam! They're catching it, they're loading it quick, and they're throwing it to the wall. Great shot here of the bench press. Look at that good shoulder placement, man. Joint-friendly exercises. They're safe, they're controlled, and they're ready to lock in here. They're getting after it. They feel it. Good control. There we go. There we go. Let's get it. Slow and control down, drive up. Nice. Bam, catch, load, and go. Catch, load, and go. Look at that. It's translating to the ring. That's what it's about for athletes. Don't care how much they bench. Don't care how much they squat. Can they translate it to the ring? Then we're on to our supplement work. We got this 45-degree back extension here, a little bit of weight, teaching them how to drive through with the glutes. We got a single arm, rotational punch, using that vulture again. It's some rotation, a lot of rotation stuff with fighters, guys. Any of your throwing athletes, your baseball athletes, fighters, got to be doing rotational stuff. Man, look at this one-arm press. Bam, I'm rotating out, and then I got to control that eccentric on the way in. It's working your core, it's working your shoulder, man, working the hips. Everything is moving here and working. Then we got exercises like our single leg split squats. Man, check this out. I got the what's that strap? It's around their upper body and crossing through their hips. That's gonna make them stay stable in their core. And I'm getting some good single leg stability, great quad strength, great for the knee. I'm getting down in that deep squat, and they're pushing away. They got light weights in their hands, so they got a little bit of weight, nothing crazy. They're able to get to the range of motion and drive back. Single leg squats, okay, taking care of the knees, working on that leg power, right? How do I knock guys out? I got to derive the power from the floor. And look at these, tough grip spear pull-ups. Man, talk about grip strength. Boxers need that. Man, this is where it's at right here. I'm holding on to those spears, and I'm pulling up with a nice, slow and controlled eccentric on the way down. Loaded up with a chain because that's what tough, badass athletes do, man. You gotta do it. You wanna be tough, you wanna be nasty, we gotta train like that. Put the chain on, let's get after it. Clubber Lang style, Rocky Balboa style, Apollo Creed style. Come on now, get you some. This is what it takes. If you want to succeed on the bright lights, you got to put the work in. You know we're messing with the zero wheel. Come on, man. Got to get the ab rollers out. The zero wheel is a great, great tool. And then we're finishing with finger band extensions. My man Tony Morrow with hand expand. Look at that. You talk about those extensors of the wrist and forearms. Man, you talk about hand and wrist protection. What's more important to a fighter than their hand or wrist, right? Come on, man. This is the next level. This is elite. They're always clenching their fist, right? So here I am explaining it to them. They got to do the reverse action. And when they hear it and you explain it, you break it down to them, they buy in. That's how we do it at 8th Street Gym. How to produce fight-changing power for professional boxers. 8th Street Gym. Let's go.
Young to the wise, we all got drive, no excuses.